everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody here today to share the first part of my October 2013 album spread. I already posted part 2, but I worked a little backwards here and I didn't do the first part until after I had already posted the second part. So I'm working backwards and that's okay. First thing I'm doing here is showing you all the supplies I pulled here. I have lots of sticker sheets. I actually have like 3 sets of this one sticker sheet, but I thought I wanted to use a couple of things off of there, so I wanted to have it handy just in case I needed more. I have lots of alphas here. I like to do subtitles on my cards, so I like having lots of options for alphas. And then I do have this My Mind's Eye Boy Crazy. I think it's Boy Crazy. Sticker sheet, and I just love the different sayings on here. Since I do have a crazy little boy, I like to use what it says. I like to use those sticker sheets. So I'm going to try something different like I'm showing you here. I just kind of did a little sample card off to the side to see if it would work. And then I've also already cut out all my pictures and did my journaling and put my 4x6 white cards out. I already have the title card done as well, as I've shown you before. So I'm just starting with these 2 different colors of paint. I have a blue and kind of a gray color, and I'm using the lid off of this Stickles. Actually, I don't think it's Stickles. I think it's the Studio G version of Stickles, and I'm just using the small end to make bubbles. The photos that are going to be on top of this card are, you know how like when you're walking sometimes around a outdoor kind of village type setting, and if they have a Learning Express, they always have the bubbles in the giant bucket outside on the sidewalk. So that's what this was. We ran into this one day, and so Kaylin just thought it was the best thing in the world. We probably sat there for about 30 minutes playing with those bubbles, and no other kids were really around, so he just got to play with them by himself. So that's what I'm mimicking here, because one of the photos is of him swinging the big wand, making huge bubbles, and then the other picture is of him with some bubbles on his nose, where he had like caught it on his face or popped a bubble on his face. So I wanted to kind of mimic those bubbles here in this card. So that's what you're going to see. And a lot of this will get covered up, I do know that. But I thought it would be kind of nice just to have something a little bit more homemade, I suppose. And I wanted a very specific look. So that's what I came up with. So I'm just laying the cards out here again. I just want to see what I've got going on, and then also be able to make sure the colors balance well. So I'm messing with the lighting here a little bit because it's driving me crazy. I think this is the last video that I have where the lighting is kind of weird. I've been trying to work with it since I now scrapbook a lot more in the evenings than I used to. I don't do a lot of scrapbooking on the weekends anymore. I do it mostly in the evenings after Kaylin goes to sleep. And since I have this work table, this is actually one of my dad's old workbenches. It has this wood top, which is very yellowy, especially in the since it's not natural light that I use when I scrapbook at night. So I've been trying to kind of come up with a solution so it's not so yellowy and orangey in the video. So hopefully I have a solution, but we'll see. Give me feedback. If you don't like it, let me know. I'm still working on it. I have this, I think it's an Amy Tangerine paper with the sketchy hearts. I absolutely love that paper. I cut it out to where there would be the yellow heart there off to the side of the photo, and I'm also going to add a couple embellishments on top. I pulled out that kind of mustardy yellow color card that's from a My Mind's Eye. No, that's from a Memory Keeper's balloon collection. That's the whole stack of cards you see there on the table. And then I cut out these other 2 circle patterns, again kind of mimicking the bubbles from the bottom card. Those 2 photos that are going to be on there have nothing to do with bubbles, but I just thought it was a nice balance to the rest of the layout. And I wanted to add a bit of blue to this card since it was kind of a card that was further away from the bubble card, and it had so much blue on it. I wanted to try to tie in a little bit of blue in this card, and there is also a little bit of blue in the top card as well. So I'm just kind of playing around with a couple things. This is the card that I tried that doesn't work, but I try it. I'm going to leave it in here so you can see it, but it does not work out. at all. I mean, I guess it worked out, but not at all what I wanted. So I'm going to take kind of an ink dauber here, just a makeup sponge. I made my own. And I'm dabbing on around these bubbles. And I'm just doing the outer edge because I know the photo is going to cover the center. And I was trying to get that bubble look again. Not a huge deal, but I just thought it was a nice bit of texture added to this card. So I have sped this part up extremely fast just to be able to share it with you, even though I know it's not going to stay. So I kind of lifted it up a little bit and I realized, okay, well, that's not really much of a significant change in the color. So I take this white paint, and it was puffy paint. I should have actually pulled out my white acrylic paint, but I don't know why I didn't think about it. So I pull out this white, like, puffy paint that's supposed to puff when it heats, and it doesn't really work right. I mean, it does puff when it paints, I mean, when it heats, but it's just not as crisp as I was wanting. I had used that wood veneer as a mask, and I'll probably continue to use it as a mask since it didn't damage it at all. It's just kind of painted on one side. I think it's a really cool looking pattern, but anyways, it did not work how I wanted it to. So, I mean, technically it kind of works here, but it just seems, I don't know, it just doesn't seem good enough for me. So I end up taking it off and going back to that original plan where I have that like 2x4 card that I mount on a piece of polka dotted paper. So I'm just kind of moving around here working on different cards. I tend to do this whenever I'm scrapbooking. I don't typically work on one card until it's finished. And when it comes to project life, I kind of work throughout the spread. I'm also going to try to get another extension for my like tripod arm thing here. So it'll be zoomed out a little bit more so you can see a little bit more fully what the spread looks like. I use my iPad to film, and I love the way it works. I have this clamp that clamps onto the side of my table, and it has this extending adjustable arm, but I just need to get another extension rod for it so it'll be a little bit higher. Of course, if I do that, you're going to be able to see the hot mess that is my desk. So, hey, you win some, you lose some, I guess. I'm going to use this like vellum badge. It has a metal border, but the middle of it is vellum, and it was just getting lost on that card because you could see through it. You're losing the love. So I'm just backing it with a piece of white cardstock, and I had two of them. This other one is XOXO, I believe, and I really thought I was going to use it elsewhere on the layout, and I don't end up doing that, but I will have it ready whenever it's time. Just going to use a bit of this Crystal Effects to glue this on. And you can't see it on it after, you can't see it once it's glued on at all, the white background. But it's just enough to kind of make it clear what is on the badge itself. I've had a couple of these in my stash. They were part of what was given to me from someone who doesn't really scrapbook anymore. She gave me all of her supplies. It was one of my sister's friends, which I was so grateful for, and I've used so much of this stuff that she's given me. But some of the stuff like these, I had no idea what to do with, so it took me a little while to kind of figure out what to do with them, but I've come up with an idea, and that's backing them with the white cardstock. Pulled a couple different brads out here to use. And I'm only going to end up using one, and it's this white one, and I'm just using it through the little hole in the badge. Trying a couple of different ones. I had a yellow one, I had kind of a green heart, and then I have this one. It's just a plain white one. I believe these came from Michael's or Walmart, a huge pack of probably like 100 of them for extremely cheap. But they work well. They're not probably the best quality by any means, but they work really well. Had this last little bit of washi tape that I had wrapped around a piece of extra cardstock, so I'm just going to use that to cover up the back of the brad, and I'm going to add a little caption onto the bottom of this card, and it's going to use these gray tile stickers from Studio Calico. When I first got them, I was like, oh, well, it just doesn't have as many letters as I thought would be on it. Well, I use them a lot. I'm surprised at how many uh, words I've been able to make with it, because I really expected to run out of letters pretty darn quickly. Alright, so that's what it says. It has love on the badge, and then it says my boy, and I purposely left that yellow heart uncovered. So those two cards are totally done. I'm going to move off to the side. And even though that October title card was done a long time ago, it's fitting. I knew every October we do kind of similar things. We go to the state fair, and it's our anniversary, so that's why the Love You banner is on there. And then the state fair, of course, we have tickets whenever we go, so that's why the tickets are on the title card. So it's definitely fitting for what is going on this month. So I'm just trimming that card or that photo down a little bit so you can see a little bit more of the bubble pattern in the background. And then I will add a label sticker on the bottom of the photo with the bubbles on his nose, because unless you know it's there, you can't tell that there's bubbles on his nose at all. I'm just looking to see what I can use. I want to put something on here, I just don't know what yet. I'm just playing around with a couple ideas. I like those little labels, but they were a little too big. They stuck out too far. I'd have to trim too much of it off. So I'm going to use this little what sticker. And then I'm going to also put a little bit of like a circle, there you go, an oval label under that photo. And that's where I'm going to put my little caption. It's going to say bubbles in these red stickers. They're like vellum stickers. So it's going to say like, who, what, when, where, but it's just the what part, and it says bubbles. And that also brings a bit of the yellow down to this card. Kalen has yellow on his shirt, but I'm really trying just to keep the color scheme consistent throughout. I know I don't have to do that. Project Life really lends itself to being very flexible with many different styles, I guess you could say. So it's not a big deal if it doesn't match. I just happen to like it when it coordinates. So it says bubbles, and then I will add a label sticker here. I'm looking through my badges to see if I want to add one. I don't have a lot, but I do have a lot in a sense too, because there's this little thing and it's full of them. I'm just going to speed ahead a little bit so you don't have to see me go through every single one of them, especially since I don't even end up using it in the end. But I was looking at that one because I just thought it was kind of cute, kind of boy related. And then I decided, nope, I'm going to add some of these enamel dots that I made because they kind of mimic the bubble idea as well. So I'm going to add 2 clusters using gray and these teal enamel dots. And that kind of, again, matches the color scheme here. I think I use these like tealish blue, light blue ones all the time. I just love the color of them. I need to get more colors of the enamel dots or the perler beads so I can make my own, because I use these all the time. I definitely have gotten my money's worth out of these, and I've definitely saved a significant amount of money, considering if I wouldn't have made my own, I would have had to buy all of these, and that would be very expensive. So just trying to be more efficient in my scrapbooking as far as using supplies, and then also just make smart decisions in when I invest my money in. I don't mind investing money into scrapbooking because I enjoy it so much, but I also don't want to waste money either. I'm a little bit of a penny pincher, I guess you could say, but hey, it works for me. Alright, this card is pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and slide it in my page protector. So I've got 3 cards done here, and I'm going to move these other ones down for you to see. I'm not going to do a whole lot to this card other than tape that on there, and I just wanted to make sure that I had that blue there, and then I just like the gray polka dot that was in my scrap bin. I have a little box where I keep 3x4 cards and 4x6 cards that I've cut from just leftover papers, and then that way I can pull from there, you know, should I need just a filler card or something like that. So that's where that card came from. I'm glad it's actually working. I had all my scraps thrown in a big box, but I decided to start doing this instead. I saw somebody on YouTube that did that. And, you know, it's really actually helpful because I go there when I need a card. I mean, that's me using scraps, so it works really well. So I'm kind of playing around with this here, and it takes me a long time to figure out what my title is going to be because I was trying to make sure I had the right letters. So I sped it up a little bit and skipped a lot of the whole thought process out of it. So it says Silly Daddy is what this says, because this was Ernest taking selfies. So I put it back in there. So now I've got that 3x4 card. And then this one is just the journaling card. And that's all it is journaling. I don't add any extra embellishments. So I'll read it to you. It says, Kaylin's hair isn't the only crazy thing around here this month. From playing with bubbles on a sidewalk to pretending a shovel is a mustache. We've had a lot of laughs this month, just to name a few. Just to name a few of the fun things we've done this month, of course, the North Carolina State Fair and Halloween. But don't forget the day-to-day things we do, such as taking baths. Kaylin loves them, but they must include toys such as shovels and trucks, and playing with bubbles in a huge bucket outside on the sidewalk. Then catching bubbles on your nose, since it's the thing to do, you crazy boy. Mom and Dad were around too, just behind the camera, chasing after the boy and laughing. So that's what it says. And I'm going to add Boy Wonder onto this card. And I'll trim up those tags that are on the top. I just think it's funny that he has these sunglasses on and he's acting like, I think he was actually singing like Ice Ice Baby or something at the time. I believe I have a video recorded of it. But there was a sticker on the 12x12 sticker sheet that said Boy Wonder, and so after I saw that, it was like stuck in my head, so that's what I put as the caption on this card. I love these daily flash stickers. There's a lot on these sticker sheets too, and I've used this one a lot, and I still feel like I can use it a lot, so I'm going to use these until they're gone. Just had to adjust it a little bit. I was having a hard time with I believe they're called ascenders and descenders off the letters. The Y hung down so much and the B stuck up so much that I just wanted to make sure it looked proportional, I suppose. So that pretty much finishes up that card. And there's the journaling one going in. So I've only got 2 more cards left. This top right one, the 4x6, I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. There's this tiny little photo, and this was cut from some stickers, not some stickers, I'm sorry, I was looking at that sticker. That's that Boy Wonder sticker I mentioned before. This photo is cut from like the proofs that you get back from school photos, and they give you back the proofs after you buy the pictures. And so, I mean, it was just such a tiny picture. I couldn't do much with it. You're supposed to use it like as an identification card for the child, but I didn't really have a need for that. So I went ahead and cut out the picture, and I'm just going to use it on this card. And I'm looking through all my stickers. This is where I keep all my stickers and just random cut apart sheets and stuff like that. So, and all my stickers, and it looks like I have a ton of stickers. A lot of this is actually adhesive vinyl that I have purchased to use in my Cricut. But I mean, this has a bunch in there. It's got a lot of different things in here. I'm just looking through here, seeing what fits, you know, what kind of matches. And I'm going to end up going to this sticker sheet that has some banners on it. I believe it's an Echo Park sticker sheet. Yep. It's all about a boy here. So I'm going to take this apart, and we're going to kind of look through here, and you're going to see me pull a couple of different things. I'm going to pull these banners off, and I'm going to kind of stagger them on the left side, and they say amazing, handsome, curious, and wonderful. And I wanted to use this badge because it says capture life. Or this patch, I guess. It doesn't end up making it on here, but I really tried to use it because I thought it was really kind of cute. And then I'm going to add this one sticker, and it says, what is a day without a little mischief? And it fits the color scheme. So, and it's actually pretty fitting. So I've backed this photo on some white cardstock, and then I'm going to back it on some gray cardstock, and then I'm going to pop it up on some pop dots. Because it's so small, I wanted to give it a little bit more dimension, and I'm just using some, leftover gray and leftover white cardstock here. And that's just going to give it a little bit of dimension and make it stand out a little bit, because since it's so small, I just didn't want it to be completely flat to the page. So I'm going to add this one little arrow sticker, and I'm going to put it on this side instead. There you go. And then we only have one more card to work on. I have to keep checking my camera every once in a while. I did not clear off all the videos that were already on the iPad, so I know that at a certain point I max out my space, because I have videos and movies and everything saved on my iPad, so I just want to make sure it doesn't stop recording in the middle of me scrapping. So I'm using this sticker sheet, and I believe it's from the 14 collection of crepe paper, and I'm just using a couple different stickers. Well, only one sticker off of the sticker sheet. It's just that piece of washi, and then I'm going to add some stars and then a little word label that says fun. And this is his shovel mustache is what this is while he's in the tub. So anyways, that about wraps up the layout. I will have some still photos at the end. Please hit the like button if you like this, and then also subscribe if you'd like to see more. I have lots of videos coming up in the next couple weeks. I'll probably be posting about 3 times a week. But thanks for joining me. Bye.